guys, this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Fault in Our Stars, a movie I was very much looking forward to and was very anticipated for the summer. So let's talk about what this movie is about. It's about this girl with cancer. She feels like she's a grenade. She meets a boy in support group. His name is Augustus, and they have the time of their lives for as long as they can last. Now, I'm not going to say any spoilers at this point, so that's pretty much the whole movie. I'm going to tell you once there is a spoiler portion of this review once we get to those spoilers. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. Now, I went to the theater, though. Crowded theater, filled with 12-year-old girls. So the one thing that pulled me out of the movie was people pretend crying around me. So that kind of got annoying. People were like taking pictures. I don't know why. So it was a little weird to see this movie with that demographic. Because I haven't seen a movie in a while with just 12-year-old girls filled with the theater, which I thought the age range would be a little different for this movie, because I thought this would actually hit home for a lot of different age ranges. But in my theater, we only got 12-year-old girls and some parents. And I think me and my friend were the only people that were in college or older than that that saw this movie at this time. We saw it at like 6 o'clock Friday. So that kind of took me out of the movie because they were pretend crying, making noises during the movie, and I wanted to hear the speech, but they were just crying throughout the whole movie. So that kind of annoyed me. But overall, the movie in general, I really enjoyed. I think it's a great love story. It's a different type love story, and I think maybe the book could be better. I like the movie, but I feel a lot of it was written in a way that it would be more of an internal dialogue, and you'd probably get more out of the characters through internal dialogue. That was really the only thing I think was really disappointing about the movie, because you felt like, yeah, they're copying the book a little bit too much at a point where they use so much internal dialogue and internal thought that it fit more for a book than a movie. Really, that was my only problem with the movie, because the rest of it was fun. I had a fun time with it. Is it a choking up movie? Yeah, you're gonna, obviously, in that theater, many people cried in the movie. I did know what was gonna happen beforehand. I had friends that read the book, so it wasn't really a shock to me. So I'm not gonna spoil it to you guys, but I did know what was gonna happen in the end, and if you don't know, I think that's gonna be a cool twist that you get to see in the film. But getting back to it, I think this was a perfect love story because it was so different. Two people that don't have a lot of time with each other, trying to live life. And I love the attitude with Augustus. I think that's what I love the most about his character, was his personality. And I think it really shined on screen. The performances here were great. I think Shailene Woodley hit her performance out of the park. With Divergent, she really surprised me, and here she really surprised me. She's really growing on me as an actress, because I never really expected the one from Secret Life of American Teenager to be such a great movie actress, and she is. She plays her characters well, and she put a really great performance for Hazel Grace's character. I do not know the actor's name for the person who played Augustus. I am sure I will find out right after. But I think he did a great job with Augustus, and I think their chemistry was even better than Theo James in Divergent. Their chemistry was great in this movie. And it was weird because in Divergent he played the brother of Shailene Woodley's character. So that was a little weird, but it played perfectly here. And that's the one thing you're going to love. It's the chemistry between these two and what these two actors gave to the characters. I think it really poured out onto the screen, and that's what I loved about it. It's a very character-based movie. It's really about this love story and these two characters. And making a mark in the world in a different way. So I really enjoyed it. I'm seeing it again. I definitely want to see it again without any interruptions in the movie. But I liked it. It was a good movie. So I'm going to give it 4.5. I can't go up to the 5. I do think that there was a lot of internal dialogue. And I wasn't shocked because, yeah, I was spoiled beforehand. But yeah, that's not my fault. That's something that I came into the movie with. So yeah, I'm going to give it 4.5, and let's get into the spoiler portion. I really enjoyed the ending of this movie, or the last act of this movie, because I think we all expected Hazel to die in this movie, because she was the one who's sick, more sick, and it was Augustus who died, and I really liked how he went out. He didn't go out in a smile. I think that one of the best scenes was when he calls Hazel in the gas station and he's breaking down. And I think that was definitely the best part because, yeah, his personality was very outgoing and optimistic. And at that point, he wasn't, and he really showed his true colors to Hazel. And I think that was the most important because obviously the person you love, you're going to show your true colors. And I love that scene. That was definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, I liked the twist. I knew it was coming, but I think for people that didn't know, it was a nice twist. And it's just a great part of the love story. And it makes me question because throughout the whole movie, they quote this book where the person, we don't know what happens in the end, like how the family reacts to the person who has cancer. Even though we kind of found out through the author in the end. It's interesting because I want to know what happens to Hazel. How long does Hazel last? And because of that, if that book didn't exist, I probably wouldn't think that. Because that book existed in the film, I want to know how long Hazel had. And that's something we don't get answered. We just know that her life was worth living after. And again, I think what I love the most about this movie was how real the love story is. There's other love stories like The Notebook or other movies that feel so heightened, and this movie felt real. It felt like two teenagers falling in love, and they have the predicament of having cancer. It felt so real to me, and that's what I liked about this movie extremely. So I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a realistic movie, and applause to John Green. You know, I love seeing that YouTubers are going out in the world, making a mark in a way. John Green obviously is a great author also, and people are now discovering that, you know, YouTubers have a lot to offer, so it's kind of cool to see his name up there, and he seems like a cool person. I follow his channel, so it's awesome to see that, and hopefully his other books will become movies also, and I hear that he worked really intensely with the movie to produce this movie. So that's interesting to see because sometimes they push the writers away with these type of movies. So I'm glad that he had his hand on the project for a while. So yeah, 4.5 stars, definitely recommend it. Tell me in the comments below if you got to see the movie. Again, totally recommend it. One of my favorites this year, and it didn't really disappoint me. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. Definitely watch it. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.